Hello and welcome back. This is Forrest Knight, also known as the Media Dude on Facebook and Twitter. Just a couple of cool tips on choosing the right Facebook page name and domain name for your website can make a huge difference in how you're found on search engines. Basically, what's the difference between having a domain name? In this example, we're going to use office cleaning as our search term. So what's the difference between having a domain name of officecleaning.com, officecleaningyourcityname.com, and your business name, officecleaningcityname.com? Location, location, location. Let's go back to the good old days of the internet, of no internet, no website, and the Yellow Pages phone book. If you needed a plumber or wanted to hire a janitorial service and lived in St. Louis, you would not go to Denver and get a Yellow Pages to look for one of their businesses. You search locally for local businesses. It only makes sense to have a domain name, a website, a blog, Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube account that are all locally named. Here are a few cool simps. What I want to do is in the video is give you a couple of cool and simple tips that I've discovered that make for great search engine optimization when choosing a domain name. First of all, you've got to think locally. If you live in a local market, where are people going to frequent your business? Typically, if you have a business, you want people to find you locally. And just remember this, you can't just rely on drive-by traffic. There literally may be people around the corner from you that never go past your business, that will never find you, that possibly nobody in their building's walking around saying, hey, I know a great barber. You know, they don't have signs up. They're not talking about you all the time. So when somebody goes on a search engine and does a search, one is you want to make sure that you are thinking locally. How is somebody going to search for you locally? And of course, if you have multiple locations, you want to consider this approach as well for each location. So if you have different locations, you want to possibly have different domain names. They can all point to the same website, which is fine. You can have different pages for each location. Creates a little competition when you set up your Facebook page. And some of the advanced strategies we'll talk about adding each one of those locations as likes on your Facebook page so that people aren't really leaving your Facebook page. Doesn't matter which location they're at, they're still at your business. So the next question you need to ask, and a great tip here, it's okay to have a Facebook page and domain name for each location. Again, I'll share some cool insights in setting those up in my next video post, which will have a link here at the bottom of the page. What are your customers looking for when they search? Most customers don't know who you are yet. They're going to search locally for your product or service. So basically, they're going to go in and look for drain cleaning, cosmetic dentistry, janitorial services, office cleaning, a plumber. They don't know you yet, so they're not going to put in your search name. If they already know you, I hope that if they put in your search name that you're coming up. So just a tip here, when you get over to Google, you might want to put in your business name and see if you're coming up on Google at all. If you're not coming up on the first page multiple times when you put in your business name, then you've got some serious problems with your website, with your business name, and a lot of other things. And again, if you need some questions or some consulting, please feel free to give us a call. We do have consulting services. Just wanted to throw that out because some people do have that issue. So go put your business name into Google. You can do that right now. You can pause this video, go put your business name into Google and see how you come up. See what people are looking for. So if you are advertising your business name and trying to brand yourself, this is very important. So when somebody does a search locally, they're probably going to do a search for beauty salon Arlington, drain cleaning Westminster, office cleaning St. Louis, bankruptcy attorney Denver, cosmetic dentistry in Fort Worth, or whatever. They're going to do some form of that type of local search because they want to search locally. Branding. Who am I and how do I want potential new customers and clients to remember me? So a couple of things. One is you want to make it as easy as possible for people to find you. If they have trouble finding you, they're already going to be disgruntled. So you want to make it really easy for them to find you. So if you think locally, focus on your products or service and then add your business name. You can't go wrong in choosing a domain name, and I'm going to go over that here in an example just to show you. It's really easy. Just think locally and sort of work yourself out into what we call a long tail key search term, and we'll show you how to set that up as a domain name. Some titles on some videos, some titles on your Facebook page name. Very cool. People do not care who you are until they know you can provide the product or service they need. This usually won't happen until after a visit to your business. time spent on your website, your Facebook page, or a phone call placed to your business. So before you even get to them possibly being a prospect, they're usually a suspect because you don't even know they're looking for you yet. So you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself, not just the business of your name. If you've got a name that's hard to spell, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to trump on anybody, but if you've got an oddball name or you've got a very common name, it might be a good idea to make sure that you think of that as secondary when you're talking about branding yourself. You want to brand yourself as a podiatrist or a dentist or a cosmetic dentistry or a plumber, and then have the name of your business in there. So it'd be Joe's Plumbing St. Louis, or John's Drain Cleaning St. Louis, or Okuda Cosmetic Dentistry happens to be one of my clients in Hawaii. So Okuda Cosmetic Dentistry, if you look up cosmetic dentistry in Hawaii, you'll see them their site comes up, I believe, in the first #1 results in Hawaii, because their business name is Okuda Cosmetic Dentistry. So again, it's very, very important that you choose the right domain names and Facebook page names for all your social media accounts, and try to have them pretty consistent across all mediums. Research. Once you have determined what domain might be suitable for you, you should visit Google and place that name into the Google search box and take a look. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in the video coming up, just how you go through the process. Again, it's very, very easy to do that. In the rest of the video, I'm going to show you how to get the desired search engine optimized domain name and social media name for your business. Remember, it doesn't matter if you spend $10 or $10,000 on a website, it will never get found without a website address, also known as a domain name or URL. Choosing the right domain name can improve your chances of being found in your local market, search results, and assist in brand recognition. So we want to make sure we try to do all of that at the same time. After you've chosen the suitable name for your business, and this is where you want to get out a notepad and a pen and just do some writing. Think about how people are going to process this before you actually get in and start messing around with Google, because you may go through quite a few names before you find one that's registered or not registered, one that's a good search result, one that flows well. Try to leave numbers out of your business. Bright teeth for you. You put the number 4 in there, and if you try to leave that on a voicemail message, in other words, hi, you've reached XYZ Cosmetic Dentistry. Our offices are currently closed. While you're waiting for us to return your call, visit us online at xyzcosmeticdentistryforyou.com. You've now got, is it the number 4 spelled out, or is it the number 4, and you've got to try to explain that on the recording. So be very, very careful about how you put numbers into your website address. I strongly recommend you stay away from them. Try to just keep it really, really simple. Your business name, what you do, and where you locate it. John's Cosmetic Dentistry, St. Louis. Great business name. Dr. Smith Cosmetic Dentistry, St. Louis. However you want to do that, you can combine the brand, and that's okay, because remember, we're dealing with domain names. We want you to get found. That's the important thing. We want to make it as easy as possible for people to find you, and we're going to show you that next. When you get ready, and this is my suggestion, when you get ready to get that domain name, we recommend you visit New Media Domain Store. The cool free extras that are all included in that just for purchasing a domain name. Every service that you possibly need for getting online is at New Media Domain Store. Highly recommend you stop by and visit them. Again, in the video, I'm going to show you some really cool research tips and ideas on choosing your search engine optimized domain to maximize being found locally. And all right, let's jump over here and show you sort of the steps of the process. It's very quick to go through and choose what you might want to refer to, or some industry gurus may refer to as a long tail keyword in the industry. First of all, you want to start out with a more basic search. So we're going to use cosmetic dentistry in this form and walk you through the process. We're also starters, we start out with cosmetic dentistry. As you can see that here, that's a basic search. Down here at the bottom, and this is a tip for your blogging. I'm going to come back to that in a bit, but you'll notice search results related to cosmetic dentistry photos, cosmetic dentistry costs, cosmetic dentistry prices. This is something you just want to make a note of if you're going to actually start doing blogging on a regular basis. Of course, if you hire somebody these make really good titles for video titles too. A couple of tips. I'm a little bit ahead of myself, but just sort of wanted to point that out so you can sort of get that in the back of your mind to think about. So you start out with your basic search, which was cosmetic dentistry. You see 3,950,000 results came up. The next search I want to do is I want to narrow it down a little bit, so I did cosmetic dentistry St. Louis. I came up with 392,000 results. So cosmetic dentistry in general had 3,950,000 results. That's a lot of people to compete with. Most people are going to search locally, so cosmetic dentistry St. Louis is what we wanted to put in. And the page is laid out the same way. You've got your paid ad note. It's okay to do paid advertising, but just a note that most 8 times more likely for somebody to choose an organic result versus a paid result. So paid advertising is good. You just want to make sure that you have a budget and that you're doing it correctly. If you're going to do some pay-per-click advertising or anything like that. And you'll notice Clarkson Dental comes up, some of these other guys. So these are the people that you're going to compete with. 392,000 results isn't bad. If you have the proper blog and website title, the proper video title, and you have that all set up right, and you know how to optimize and tie all those together in a platform, you could annihilate the competition on this page. And again, here's some more results for some cool blog titles and videos that you might want to have. Teeth whitening St. Louis, another great long tail keyword domain name. If you haven't got that yet, that would be something really good to pick up. That's how you choose your domain name. Now once you've figured this out, this is what you want to do. This is very, very easy. You're going to simply take your long tail keyword search that you did up here, and you're going to go over and do a domain search. So you simply go to somewhere like the newmediadomainstore.com and do a search, and you type it into or you can paste it in here. And of course you want to make sure there's no spaces in here, and we're going to do it with this is choosing a long tail keyword domain, and you want to put your actual branded name in front of this. So Smith Teeth Whitening St. Louis. Now that's, or Smith's Dental, or Smith DDS Teeth Whitening St. Louis. You can put a brand in front of it if you want to. You don't necessarily have to put your business name in front of it. If Teeth Whitening St. Louis hasn't been taken, and I know that's already because I saw the domain name earlier, so you might want to put an actual name in there. You can stay away from hyphens or abbreviations or dashes or slashes or anything like that. Stay away from numbers. So you might want to put in Smith Teeth Whitening St. Louis. There's some other surrounding cities that you could possibly put in as well to come up with that. You want to try and choose a .com. A .net would be okay if that's available for you. You do your search, and it says Smith Teeth Whitening St. Louis.com is available. And choose your domain name. Continue on to registration. And again, when you do purchase a domain over at the New Media Domain Store, you just want the domain name. You can point this domain name at anywhere you want to go. You could point this domain name at your Facebook page if you wanted to, and that's a strategy that's down the road, but it's very, very important that you have the right long tail keyword. Do your research on this. Don't rush into this. Make sure you think about the process. You might want to say it out loud to make sure it's easy to say and easy to pronounce it. You don't have to spell it to anybody on the phone. Make sure that you make it as easy as possible for people to find you. So you've got teeth whitening, which is a good keyword. You've got teeth whitening St. Louis, which is a local long tail keyword, and of course you've branded yourself with your business name in front of that. So Smith Teeth Whitening. Remember, you want to optimize your page. You want to optimize your keywords, and when you start adding on your blogs and things behind this, you're going to have long tail keywords in addition to that. So if you did have cosmetic dentistry St. Louis and you did a blog post, it would be /blog with the name of that blog post in addition to that. So you've got like a super ultra long tail keyword. Now you've got the regular domain keyword here, which is your long tail keyword. Then you've got a blog keyword in the back, and that's again in some advanced videos. Thanks for stopping by. This is Forrest Knight, also known as the Media Dude on Facebook and Twitter, here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I will see you on the next video.